Well, this is for our newsletter, August the 27th, 2018. And I'm going along with the topic of confidence, which is what I've talked about on my last two shows. And the newsletter going out this evening is also about boosting confidence. And I wanted to touch on a few things that have come to my mind or come into my experience recently. Um, a lot of people just don't have confidence. I don't know why. Don't know what causes lack of confidence. It could be lack of education. It could be fear. It could be feeling like they're persecuted or, whatever. However, sometimes a lack of confidence comes from being arrogant and thinking that you are the person that needs to be in the forefront and somebody else is there. And so you do what you can to take them down a peg or two. It doesn't boost your confidence. All it does is show what a arrogant, pompous person that you are. Have you ever been in a business meeting? Someone shows up late to the business meeting, and maybe they're a manager or whatever, and everybody's sitting around, and you see the man go over to a lady that's sitting in his chair, quote unquote, and he taps her on the shoulder, and she looks up at him, and he's like, takes his hands and sort of, move, like, this is my chair. Nobody says anything, but the lady gets up and moves over to the chair that was right beside her. Now, the moron, pompous, arrogant punk that came in and did that, what does everybody think of him? Exactly what I just said. Pompous and arrogant, thinking that he was more important than the lady that was sitting in the chair there. So that's just one issue, one tiny small thing. How do you think people will react to him when he's wanting to get things done? Or perhaps this lady happens to be someone that's on his team, and he says, I need you to go do so and so. How quickly do you think she's going to do it? And how effective do you think she's going to be when she does do it? You'd think that that event, that little discourteousness won't be in her mind. Oh, yeah. You can do small things that may not mean anything to you, but to somebody else, you show that you think that you are more important than they are, that you deserve special attention. So this works in a lot of ways. Maybe you're here again. Since I'm in business, this sticks in my mind. You're in a business meeting, and you're giving your point about some great idea that you've got, and you're really excited about it. And some lady pops up and says, "Hey, let's talk about that later. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. Now, here's what I think we ought to do." And she just puts her 2 cents in instead of the $25 that you were putting in, and wants to go on and on about her great idea, and she's so wonderful, and this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and you need to listen to her, just don't pay any attention to these other people. How do you think that guy that just got stomped on, squashed by this person, I won't call her a lady, do you think he or anyone in that room is going to be supportive of her or really go for her idea? No. You have to think about confidence. What boosts your confidence? Being in the limelight, being behind the scenes and getting things done, taking the lead when it's necessary, or trying to be the leader, like Jesus talked about in Luke, where everybody was trying to force their way to the head of the table, and he said, "Hey, dudes, don't do that. Take your place at the foot of the table," because back then they actually reclined at the table. They didn't have chairs around tables like we do now. Take your place at the foot of the table. Because what if you take your place at the head of the table and you forced and fought your way up there, and somebody more important than you comes along at the head of the house, the host comes and says, hey, could you please move to the foot of the table because this is one of the key officials of the city, and I want them to sit there. So you'd be pretty embarrassed, right? So don't go for the highest seat or the highest honor or try to be prominent in what you're doing. Take the back seat. Be supportive. Be a team player. Be somebody that's there for the other people. God will see what's going on, and He will reward you accordingly. He'll take care of you. So that's about all I've got to say today. Think about others. Consider your actions. Consider your thoughts, because your thoughts precede your actions. And if you think you're like a little God, you're going to act like it, and you're going to be a pompous something. So don't be arrogant. Be helpful. Be considerate. Think about other people, and be listening to our radio show. 11:30 to 12:30 on WHAP 1340. You can see us stream on Facebook, and you can go to the Simple Radio app, which is free, and put in WHAP 1340 and hear us there every Thursday and Friday. Check out our website, www.astepabove.life. I do speaking engagements all around the country, anywhere people want me. I'm there, and I hold workshops, I hold seminars. We do church services, we do business meetings, we do just about anything that we can to help other people. So here again, this is the Rev. You can get me at the Rev at astepabove.life. I'll be glad to come out and talk to you.